Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Hub back into the video today. And today we're going to be previewing the Houston Rockets draft lottery, as the Houston Rockets could potentially end up with 2 draft picks in the draft lottery, although I believe it's very unlikely to happen since the fact that one of the draft picks has to end up in the top 4 for the Rockets to keep, and that draft pick that is our own draft pick that could end up going to OKC, as I'm watching the start of the OKC game right now. It's very unlikely the Rockets get to keep that pick. It's only a 7% chance to go in the top 4. So, yeah. All right, if we're going to preview what's going to happen tomorrow, so the draft lottery starts at 1 o'clock, 2 Eastern time, 1 Central time if you live in Houston, if you're Houstonian like me. And what else what other information should be added? Ime Udoka will be representing the Houston Rockets in the draft lottery for the 2nd year in a row. I love Ime. Everybody knows I love Ime, but at the same time, I would have loved to see, potentially either Cam Whitmore or Amen Thompson represent the Rockets in this draft lottery, one of the first round picks from last year. I mean, I know there are some you have a couple teams that are, having their first round picks from last year represent them. Brandon Podziemski's representing the Warriors. So, it is what it is. But at the same time, you don't want to pick one and have the other stay at home. So I do get that part of maybe the Rockets were thinking, okay, well, if we decide we're going to have Amen Thompson represent us in the draft lottery, well, then we got our first round pick from last year, Cam Whitmore, who's not. So maybe, it's like a sibling type of thing when you got to, if you guys know what I mean. But so I think potentially maybe that's why the Rockets didn't select one of their draft picks from last year and are going with Ime Udoka for the representative in the draft lottery. But yeah, 2 picks. You have the Brooklyn pick that you got from the trade, James Harden trade. Now that Brooklyn pick is in the 9th best odds out of all draft picks, all 14 draft picks. It's the 9th best odds at 20% to get in the top 4, and I believe it's a 5% chance. I'm pretty sure it's a 5% chance to get the first overall pick. So not a great chance the Rockets get that first overall pick, but there is a 20% over a 20% chance the Rockets could get a top 4 pick. That'd be great. And then your own pick, which is in the 12th best odds, you have a 7.5% chance to make it in the top 4, which if it does, you get to keep the pick, and a 1% chance to get the first overall pick. So that's definitely not getting the first overall pick from our pick, but potentially could get a top 4 pick from the Brooklyn pick that we have. I think it'd be a long shot, but it's definitely possible. Let me know your thoughts, and I think it's gonna be really interesting tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts and my predictions. I think the Rockets pick from Brooklyn ends up either 8 or 7 in this year's draft, and then the pick that is our pick, and we'll probably not keep unless it goes to the top 4. I think that pick's gonna end up being either 11 or 10, and then OKC, with how stacked they are, will have a top 10 pick again. So, or a top pick in the draft again with, the young team they already have being the 1 seed. So that's going to be crazy, as they're down right now to Dallas by 6 as I'm watching the Western Conference semifinals game while doing this video. Let me know your thoughts on the video and the draft lottery in the comment section for the Rockets, and peace out. Go Rockets.